Greetings, my fellow vaulters. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech Doomsday Vault, Episode 21, Sanctified Soil. So the idea with this is, well, I guess I'll let the grow light finish up, or I'll let the zone get fully depolluted first. Anywhere that is not growable, because it has stone, I could always have hydroponics. And that way the grow light is still working pretty good. Can they reach the tox pack under the panel? Yeah, they can. It's just we've been hauling them in stacks of 5, so no one bothered to get out there. There we go. I'll have Technoir take this batch. The long and short of it is everywhere that is an acceptable spot to have a tox pack can be walked to. So, like, certain objects like geothermal generators and nutrient paste dispensers act as walls. They're not terrain passable. Oh, I forgot to abandon the other map tile. Yeah. Bye-bye. But solar panels are walkable. You can pass over them. Can you turn stone floor into dirt? Not without mods, no. Well, that's a lot of fine meals. Nice. Ooh, giggling. I like giggles. Pathanon is getting back to tailoring. That's good. I'm gonna have you not be part of the cleanup crew. Because, A, you don't have a mask on. Neither with Shane or Destroyer, so they shouldn't even be allowed anywhere polluted anyway. But B, Cathanon is way more useful as a tailor and craftsman. Thanks for teaching you how to play. You have more hours in this game than I do. Hope I never want to stop. You know, it's one of those games that, like, I really don't see myself getting bored of, like, ever. And there's not a lot of games I can say that about. But it's definitely one of those games where it's just like, there's always more RimWorld. It's a developing game and has such a healthy modding community. I just can't imagine a day where it's like, oh, yep, I am done. Right? Like, there's always more stories to be told. There's always more mods to try out. Or for me to just make mods on my own, too, because I've done that in the past. Batteries looking a little low? No, they're pretty good. They're okay. I think with the additional grow light, you might be right. We might need to set up, like, 2 more panels there or something. But I'm certainly not having a brownout. I have 8,000 watt excess and quite a lot of power already stored. Hey, buddy. This is yours. And this is mine. Delicious. So, we've finally gotten to a point where all of the polluted zones directly underneath the grow light are clean. Which is awesome. And then all I'd really need to do is to put 2 hydroponic benches there. And that's pretty efficient use of the zone. And then any other space in here I can have as heaters for when it gets too cold. So the next thing I'd like to do is I am going to set up a sandstone auto door. Maybe not there. Well, yeah, I'm going to set it up there. I'm going to lose one more grow spot on purpose. And then I'll start to paint the walls for the grow zone. So this leaves space for 2 heaters. Let's go with 3 heaters. Just in case. Because I don't want to lose crops due to cold. Because it does get viciously cold at night during the winters. I'll double wall as much as I can. And this looks good. I mean, it looks weird and blobby, but it will, like, work. And I guess that's what matters. And then the auto door, the purpose of the auto door is so that we could just open and close it really quickly. That way it's not too much of the heat bleeds out. Have it pathed up. Complex theft. Okay. Don't need me to listen to that just now. Hi, bud. They want me to pet you. I feel like he's further off screen than usual. Alright, it's 3 p.m. It's probably a pretty good time to do the conversion ritual finally. So I'm going to kick that off. Ian Holm, thank you for the sub. Cheers, dude. I appreciate it. It was effective. But, yeah, the needle didn't move very much. Oh well, we tried. Another thing that we might want to do is to put out flagstone out here, or something like that. I'm not really sure, but it's so that we don't bring filth into the walkway here. I'll have to think about that. So now that I have the farm coming together, I will be able to take a new priority. Besides the... Well, okay. It's colony equipment. Next. So I do have 6 sniper rifles, which is a pretty good amount of sniper rifles. How to improve, or what colony equipment to make? So some of the choices would be for me to focus on clothing, like dusters. And parkas, or to go to flak. I don't usually in my colonies bother with flak jackets, but I would consider it here. The disadvantage, the reason why I tend to avoid flak, is it slows you down, lowers your movement speed. But since our colony almost entirely defends ourselves, it doesn't really matter about movement speed because it's so rare that I'm going out and chasing people down. I'm almost always on the defensive where movement speed doesn't matter as much. So there's flak, dusters, and parkas. Then I could also jump to recon and marine. It'd be a lot more expensive, and I think I would need a source of plasteel, but recon and marine armor would be equipment to make. And this would be for weapons. And then I'm going to also... Or armor. I'm going to also ask about weapons. So speaking of plasteel, I am going to get a ground pen scanner here. So we can start scanning. What's the pollution? Oh, it's getting real clean. Nice. And we have, what, 2 things of it out here? So I need to send another third. I might need to keep the pollution stored in my freezer so that I don't overwhelm the pollux trees. This is personal choice. It's not actually game requirements or anything. But so that I don't feel like I'm polluting the environment more than yeah. Just a personal thing. And by recon, I probably mean locust, not just recon. And then me saying locust out aloud makes me realize I ought to get my chem fuel back up. Doesn't building outside include deep drills? So this isn't outside. This is behind my walls. This is internal inside a mountain. So deep drills would be prohibited from being outside, but given that the map is like almost 50% mountain, it's a 50-50 shot on whether or not I'd be able to deep drill. So, you know, yeah, it's entirely possible that that I don't find valid spots with the ground pen scanner. But I'll take a 50-50 gamble. That doesn't sound too bad to me. All right, 1 more minute to vote on the armor, and they'll have you vote on weapons. Whether we start to try to get charged weapons or miniguns or something like that, I don't know. Watch all plasteel being in a valid spot? Yeah, it could be. I mean, if it goes that route, I think what I could end up doing is calling in traders, the exotic goods traders, and just trying to have, like, sandstone and limestone art to sell them or something like that. Basically make something that we have in abundance and sell it to people that will pay for it. Alright, Shay, let's have you go haul another toxic waste out. Does locust armor work indoors? Yes. You just can't go over walls. You need a clear line of sight for it. But you can use them indoors, outdoors, doesn't matter. Alright, so we're gonna go, like, for serious armor. Got it. I think if that's the case, I am gonna have to get a source of plasteel. There's no alternative. Because without plasteel, I'm not really going to be able to make any armor at all. So marine armor costs 40 plasteel a helmet, and locust armor is 120 plasteel a piece of armor. So so without a renewable source of plasteel, we are going to be pretty unarmored. What about a goutree in here? Yeah, I could do a goutree in here if it was voted on. There's not a lot of space for it, if you see. There's just some tiny little spots that I could even plant a goutree. And the goutrees also require a ton of pruning, and one of the largest bottlenecks that this colony has is I have a very limited amount of planters. I only have 2 people that really do plant, cut, and grow. So it's not that reasonable to put in goutrees, in my opinion, just because it would be crazy expensive. In terms of manpower, we would spend a lot of time pruning and not farming rice and other things. Hey, Mayhem. I have a task for you. Burn them wolves. I don't think the one in the shallow water is going to burn, but Mayhem's happy to try. I don't want lung rot, so I'm just trying to get rid of the source of possible rot. Hang on, Mayhem. I'm pretty sure you can burn this one. It's on rough hewn. And you know what you could do? Thomas, while you're out here, move this wolf. And try not to get burned by Mayhem, because Mayhem will aim at you. I've proven that already. Awesome. So we are now no more nasty. Well, I guess there's technically one out there, but close enough. Pickling, thank you for the resub. All 27 months of it. Unbelievable. You guys. I don't feel like I've been at it that long, but obviously I am wrong. Check the entrance. The entrance has a single one. Good call. I'll move it out a little bit so we can get it. How's my temporary storage? Oh, I am out of space. Double it! Triple it! Oh, yeah, we should not be trying to plant yet. No toxic potatoes in here. That's another thing that we could do. I'm not doing it for this series, but it is possible to plant, like, tox variety of stuff. There, or rather, it exists. So, inside a polluted zone, you can see toxic potato, witchwood, devil strand, and psychoid can be planted there. Again, for role-playing reasons, I'm not going to do it, but you can utilize polluted soil anyway. Am I going to reseal the area in order to favor the main entrance? Maybe. Maybe. I was actually planning on having this be just an alternative entry, point of entry, but I don't know. My opinion might change. The toxic versions. So if you read the tooltip, toxic potatoes, when eaten raw, have a much higher chance of food poisoning. So it's not. It's something you definitely have to cook. And then compared to regular potatoes, they take less time to grow, but they don't yield as much crop. Given that almost everything is toxic out here. Oh man, we hauled 4 over. Let me have this. Okay, I know why, because this stockpile filled up. Pig people left at cooking. Yeah, pig people don't need to cook. So what is the holdup on this ground pen? Just constructors not constructing. So if that's the case, I am changing the constructors so they're no longer doing the toxic cleanup. Like you, Cam. You're going to be freed up. And Thomas. Nice. We are actually sourcing pretty good clothing. A bunch of that wolf skin's going a long way. Ooh, look at our batteries. I'm sure once we fire up the second or third farm, that lovely amount of power that we have running right now is going to go bye-bye quick. But I like to see the batteries nice and topped up with the majority of the chem fuel gens offline. That feels good. Feels real good. Given the atmosphere is all poison, toxic garbage, I do find it funny that the telescope even works. You'd imagine it wouldn't, right? And I think this is the last spot that Shay's getting. It should also do 4 more spots. Oh, it didn't. Okay. Guess I don't know how that works. You feel like the second entrance needs an overseer's office to it? Yeah. It does feel like that, doesn't it? So I think what I'm going to need to do is to have an alternative priority. So here's that priority pull again. And the reason I need it is I'm not really going to be able to get good armor out until we have a source of plasteel. So I need something to do in the meantime. But I will prepare the Tinctoria. I think that getting my colonists in baby blue clothing would be brilliant. In fact, I think I could dye it our ideological colors and it would be close enough. There is a... well, yeah, we'll see. I don't think it would be a terrible idea to have a source of light out here. Actually, let's put the light here so that the ground pen scanner can take advantage. That way we can walk to the farm quickly and then also ground pen scan quick. Hey Mayhem, how you doing? So, Hyas is 2, closing in on 3, and Nella is 1. How's the relationship between Kadath and Tech Noir? Hateful. Very, very, very hateful. Maybe at some point, Mayhem will get words of love and we'll be able to fix them with psycasting. That's probably their only hope. I'd imagine. Whoa, why are you cleaning the... Okay, pollution cleaning area, we're done. You don't need to clean the mountain that is out of bounds. Has Destroy been converted? No. We did a conversion ritual and it removed like 40% certainty. So more conversions are required, but they're on cooldown. Pretty reasonable to change dev mode to Fallout Blue. I don't know that dev mode allows for that. I'll check. But ideologically, let's go ahead and get a styling station for that possibility. Would boosting beauty help them? It would. If I had aesthetic anything. I don't have the research for that yet. That would be in flesh shaping. Aesthetic nose would also be really, really helpful because aesthetic noses are actual noses, whereas the gastric, the cooked noses aren't noses, they're implants. Where's the cooked noses? Molecular analysis. So the gastroanalyzer is something that gets implanted in your nose, whereas the aesthetic shaper is a new nose. Because we still have people missing noses. I'll just keep researching for the sake of research. Eventually, we do plan on being starbound. But for now we'll be earthbound or whatever. So there is more space for solar if I need to expand the solar here. I don't think there's space for wind. No, not anymore. Carlotta, my 5-year-old, has an inspired trade. Or 6-year-old. Sorry. I'm sure I'd get a lot of lip for that. Trade price improvement of 24. Holy hell. That's actually really, really good. Sappo, what are you at? 16? Okay, so she trades better than you. A 6-year-old. And then Tech Noir, you're at 18? Yeah, she's the best trader. By, like, considerable margin. Oh, man. All right, I think what I'm going to try to do is to make a friend. This is just my own choice here. So I'm going to send a bunch of my packaged survival meals, which is a really expensive thing to ship off. Actually, you know what? Forget that. I'm going to send simple meals. I have 96 of them. I don't need 96 of them. I don't even know how I got 96 of them. That seems absurd to me. And I'm going to send them over to our ally. I'm also going to send the gastroanalyzer, because I'm not going to be able to use it. And heavy SMGs. I do need, I just realized, to pull on what kind of weapons you want me to have. So that is another thing to be done. And then some older, somewhat more tattered clothing will get sent away as well. All right, so expanding the mines is the second priority. Got it. Or tertiary priority. What weapons to primarily use? So here's a poll for that. Heavy SMGs. So the advantage of heavy SMGs is I did design the kill box to basically use them. They're the easiest to use for poorly skilled shooters, and we already have a whole bunch of them, so they're less expensive. Charge rifles are stronger than heavy SMGs. The disadvantage would be that they're very expensive, so we already are doing recon and marine armor with plasteel. So highly expensive charge rifles means that we will get fewer of them, but that's fine. Sniper rifles are really strong long range, obviously. They're long range dominant, and it would keep us safer. Miniguns are very, very strong short range. I guess I could have included the chain shotguns, but miniguns are really strong short range, but it does mean that we have to get up close and personal, which can be dangerous. And then, of course, there's the other, which I would include whatever you guys would submit as a viewer suggestion. I'm actually going to change this around. There. Recurve bow. Yeah, at this point I'm just getting all the garbage. Never mind. I take that back. This is fine. And if the poll splits like this, I can just try to do half and half. Heavy SMGs for the lower skilled shooters and charge rifles for the higher skilled shooters is a totally reasonable goal, I think. Kadath, I'm going to borrow you for a second. Oh, I'm glad I borrowed him. So I had marked down that there was a hollow spot here. But this hollow spot goes all the way to the map edge. So this could be advantageous or disadvantageous. I'm not sure which. What I can do is I can start mining towards it. So the advantage is, if this hollow spot is overhead mountain, enemies don't enter overhead mountain tiles. So it allows me to exit my own map tile without actually going into the wilderness, but doesn't allow anyone in, which is really cool. But if it is thin rock roof or exposed, then it is essentially a backdoor into our base. So I want to dig close to it, but not reveal it, and then check if it's overhead mountain or not. So yeah, I didn't actually mark it because you can't mark on map edge. But I'm good to dig up until this point, so I will do that. Glad I checked. And as you can see here, I am planting Tinctoria so that we can get more dyeing done. Can I dig to it from the other side? Well, if I dig to it from the other side and it is overhead mountain, I ruin whatever advantage that having it would have provided. So it's probably best if I don't do that. Because if I keep it all internal, then sappers and breachers would more likely ignore it, especially if I put a turret in there. The TLDR is, it's kind of hard for me to explain why I shouldn't, but it's probably best if I don't. Right, this Pollux tree is plugging along. Oh yeah, it's definitely, removed maybe, how much is that? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17? not bad. Really, really cool. I think that's such a cool feature that that Ludion added in. When your pollution levels get to be ridiculous, there's like an evolutionary plant that goes, oh yeah, no problem. I can handle it. Unfortunately, I haven't grown to be toxic proof. What is this? Oh, this is just a gap in the remove roof. Despite the fact that I've played so many multiplayer games in my life, I'm still not tox immune to it. All right, so we're going to do a mix of heavy SMGs and chain shot, charge rifles. Go on it. Oh, Shay already finished. And a hydrate from Ice Cold. Sorry, I missed that. I've been meaning to fix my own alerts, and I just haven't gotten around to it because I'm lazy. Or doing other things. Oh, I can see I'm getting drop frames again, so I apologize. Twitch being twitchy. Is the pod full yet? Nope. Yoda's snoring, and I thought I heard crying or something. It's just Yoda. I'm doing a high priority haul so that we can fill it up quick. The inside of the base is also getting a little cold. Not tremendously, but because I'm relying a lot less on chem gens, we have fewer chem generators that are generating heat for the colony. So we're going to want to add some additional heaters. I'll just add 2 more heaters here, I think. Should be fine. But yeah, thanks for reminding me about the pod. There it goes. So 15. Bummer. 15 won't be enough, but I'll send this anyway. I needed 17, apparently. I think what I'll go ahead and do is I'm going to have Shield plug away and try to make even more simple meals. So that I can send them simple meals. Because I think the simple meals are going to yield me more money than just sending rice alone. One thing that has like an oddly high market value is dyes. I'm not sure why, but they do. That's another thing that we could send. Or art. Tech Noir hasn't really been making a whole lot of art. I have like 1 poor sculpture, but I don't know. Every little bit counts, I guess. Could I pod drop the toxic waste patch to the Pollux trees? I could. It would be a kind of an unnecessary use of steel and components. But like, yeah. Who's lying in the sarcophagus? No one. They're empty. Shane, Cathanon, and Destroyer came from the sarcophagi to join our community. And then the other 3, if I recall, were empty. Or dead on arrival. Dead on existence, or whatever you want to call it. They didn't exist. I do have a sarcophagus, and that would be the baby black that was a stillborn. I don't know if I'm going to get the opportunity to resurrect baby black, but if I do, I will. Oh, right. I want to build the roof over the seat, not over the scanner. Oops. So that if it's raining, the person at the seat doesn't get rained on. Although it almost never rains here. So it's kind of not a problem that we're going to have often. What crops should I go? Any or non-hydroponic ones? So non-hydroponic ones, if you're wondering what that means, that would be either corn, hay grass, double strand. I can't really grow trees because it's roofed up. But yeah, corn, hay grass, double strand would be included if it's non-hydroponic. And if it's hydroponic, or if it's any, I would just, poll for like, oh, is it for food or, whatever. I also failed to consider that I don't want to be farming in the dark, so I'm going to open up 2 additional spots for lights. Because when the sun lamp is on, obviously you're not going to have any failed plant harvesting. But when the sunlight is off, sun lamp is off, and it's dark, and you're trying to harvest, you'll fail some. So it's good to have lights in here as well. And winter has officially begun. It's negative 17 Celsius out. But it's a pretty comfortable 67 in the base. Okay. I think I'm going to choose between Devil Strand or corn. What to grow? Devil Strand or corn? We don't really need hay, straw, my fire kill box doesn't rely upon straw, so I'm not going to include that in the possible poll. Why not both? If they tie, I would do both. I would do a mix. They don't seem to be tying right now. Babies, how are you doing? Needs are met. They are happy. Carlotta, your learning has been met. Mayhem, your learning is mostly been met. What kind of learning do you want, Mayhem, right now? That would be... why am I blanking on where that screen is? Needs? Yeah, needs. You want lesson taking from adults and radio talking. And the Mayhem, you want nature running and work watching. I wonder... Okay, children. This has probably been the problem. You're allowed out here now. This is unpolluted and totally child safe. Unless I get a pod drop raid in there. But totally child safe for now, at least. So, the advantage of adding this area is hopefully it will allow for nature walking. Because that's what killed Mayhem originally, is was nature walking out here and pod drop raiders dropped on him. I'm really bad with pronouns, as you can tell. So, hopefully that helps to satisfy the nature walk. I wish it was easy for me to see where, like, nature walking is a valid spot or not. As far as I could tell, it's not something that you easily can tell. No child is safe without supervision? True. There's tech going on dyeing our floors again. And it looks like overwhelmingly 80% of you guys wanted Devil Strand, so that's what we're going to plant in here. And I'll put heal root on these other basins. I think that's a pretty good idea to have a regular source of heal root, because I have 0 heal root in the community right now. Used it all up. I could plant a few plants around in the rough soil here. So I am going to try to plant chocolate. That it will take, but who knows? Who knows? I think the cold will kill it off. I'm almost certain of it. But attempts will be made. I don't think that there's any other... Well, there is this thin rock roof here, but I don't want to expose it because it does make the base more vulnerable, needlessly. But there might be another spot somewhere on the map tile I don't yet know about that would be a good additional, like, outdoor sanctuary type area. Oh, all these lovely large sculptures. Nice. Let's keep going. Let's switch it up, use sandstone. Do turrets need to be repositioned for line of sight? I need more of them. So there's a turret blind spot here. And then there is a turret blind spot here. And I think these two turrets in these two locations now cover the entire internal area. Before I actually make those turrets, though, I think for flammability's sake, it would be better if I started making my turrets out of uranium. Because steel turrets can catch fire, uranium turrets cannot. So uranium has steel beat by large margin when it comes to toughness, durability, and all that stuff. So, yeah. I'm a little hesitant to use up this area, though, because this area can be set up to be additional defenses for this entryway. So I'm going to add one more solar panel in here. It's probably all I can eke out for the space. If I wanted to move the ground pen scanner, I could put in another one. Or to cram them together or something, but I'm not going to be doing that. So hopefully the ground pen scanner starts to find stuff. Did we melee scan near that room? What's that room? I could scan again to make sure that all of known voids are added. I know there's a void here. Above the kitchen? Yeah, above the kitchen it was all solid. Yeah, I could do it again. It's thin rock roof, but it's completely solid there, as you can see. No X's. No X's anywhere in this mountain. So this is all solid. All solid down here. It gets hollow here in this spot. This looks just like a map edge void. It's not going to be an ancient danger, I don't think. And then it was also hollow here, and this is a really tiny hollow spot. So it's just probably a few tiles that don't have mountain. But that's all that I've been able to find without, you know, defog cheating or whatever. All right, Tech Noir. Let's have you go change your clothing. So what is our ideo? Oh, interesting that Tech Noir's favorite color is like Vault Baby Blue. So yeah, let's hook you up with that, huh? How do you find the hollow spots? So take a melee, draft them, and then tell them to attack. And anywhere that is hollow will have this little X. See the little like stop X sign? That's here. Let me right there. That one. If it's empty, it has that X, and if it's not empty, it has the sword or whatever other melee weapon you have. And then you can just drag it around the mountain and see how it turns X here. That means, yep, there is no mountain there. It's a very old trick in the book that I don't use very often for cheese reasons, but yeah, there you have it. So void pollution should no longer... Yeah, my pollution avoiders can go really anywhere in here now. Mask or no mask, doesn't really matter, because this has been made safe. Let's check on the Pollux trees. This one still has a lot more to clean up. These have not yet decayed, nor has this. Okay. Yeah, I might want to move the dyes. You're right about that. In fact, I did make a small shelf in the hospital, and this small shelf was actually supposed to be for medicine. And I hadn't done that. So tech, you look correct. Sapo, I guess you're next, once you're close to where you need to be. Alright, you're smoothing a wall. Let's have you go at it. How old is Thomas now? Thomas is 14. Yaroslav is also 14. Carlotta is 6. Mayhem is 6. Nella is 1. Hyas is 2. And Cathanon is... Well, Cathanon was never a child. Stockroom's looking pretty unstocked. I'm not worried about that, just noting. Definitely emptier than it was before. Food's been holding up, despite the fact that I am changed an entire farm over to dyes. And despite the fact that we don't have the full-fledged... Oh, right. Destroy, you're of a different idea. Not going to have you dye your clothing yet. Send more simple meals? Yep, I will be... Oh, looking at that. We really ran out of meat quick. Jeez. It's only 2 rep that I need to close on. So that's not that much. I'll sell them a dead rotted wolf. I'm pretty sure that's the rotted one. It'll show up and... Yeah, it's definitely the rotted one. Better than a horse's head, though. Horse's head is a little bit more aggressive, I think. For nature running, you need a 50 by 50 area with no player-owned buildings. Does not all need to be open, though. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. I'm gonna have to have... I'll open this back up to children, knowing that it is a potential security risk. But there's a quicker way to get back up in time, I think. Okay. Farm's going. Nice. All we got to do is send 2 more pieces of art. And that's it. The uranium's starting to get hauled in, so let's set up the uranium turrets. One there. One here. And then one there. This turret's a little weird where it's located, but that's where it has to be. Set the dead power up for them. And then this will be set up well enough that it will dissuade sappers from wanting to enter the area because we'll have good turret coverage. And I'm going to break down the old turrets that are steel and replace them with uranium for security reasons. Oh, we're getting smog. Could I mine into the side of the mountain? Yeah, as long as it's not polluted. So I had actually thought about putting a door here as a hidey hole for children if attacks come in, and I still might end up doing that. That I don't think is too much of a violation of the rules because this is technically not outdoors. And then also having this go all the way through to the other side. And I also want to see if this is hollow because it is to some degree. The problem with Mayhem is that the raiders landed, and there was just not enough time to react because 3-year-olds don't move very fast. So, even though I had like a hidey hole somewhat close by, I'm not entirely sure it would have mattered. Truth be told. Yeah, Twitch is lagging. I can see that in my stats. Okay, uranium. Uranium number 2. It's a very weird looking base, isn't it? Very odd. In an endearing way. Slideshow red is not cool. I know. I'm right there with you. I wish it was not slideshow in here. Oh, you know, I just realized I need a turret in here. And then this spot is not viewable from any turret I currently have. So this turret is going to have to move to... I'm going to need another one. Maybe I'll put it right at the entryway. Okay, it was not interesting, that empty spot. It's also not polluted. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech Doomsday Vault, which originally streamed live on Twitch, November 8th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Stay safe out there, my fellow vaulters,